Hey, this is Rebecca, Princess Cyberspace, and you're listening to Worldwide Sound. I'm Rebecca. I'm an electronic musician, actor, and professional model. So I grew up moving back and forth between Guam and Rhode Island. Actually, when I was really young, my mom's Filipino, she's from the Philippines, and karaoke is like huge in the Philippines, so it's like what everybody like does at family gatherings and when they go out and stuff. So I started doing karaoke when I was really young, like 4 or 5 or 6. And then I started playing electric guitar when I was like 13, so I would like combine all 3 of those. And like I would record it on like cassette tapes because that's what we had back then, even though it wasn't that long ago. Well, my dad was actually a radio DJ in the 80s, so I think I grew up in a household where he was always playing music in the house. Like we had speakers all over the house, so I was always listening to music. And then I learned how to DJ when I graduated university. Like I was a party planner in college, and then I graduated, and then I learned how to DJ from like my ex-boyfriend like shortly after. I've had like a really traumatic life, so I think that music is like kind of like an antidepressant, and it's like natural medicine and like a natural way to like heal your brain of a lot of things. I have really unique taste, I feel like, but it's every genre too. Like, so when people ask like what genre I like, obviously I'm like, oh, I like everything, but I really do. Like, it's hard to choose one genre. The beat is really important to me. Like the beat is probably like the first thing I notice, but then obviously the lyrics are super important too. Like it's really hard. I never DJ songs, even if it's house or techno, I never DJ songs if they don't have lyrics, because as like a songwriter, I think lyrics are probably the most important part. Green. It's been my favorite color since I can remember, like literally since I was like 3. And it's the color of trees and weed. Literally everything, anything that comes on, I'll sing. Even if it's a man singing it. When I was younger, I was listening to a lot of like No Doubt, ABBA, because my parents loved ABBA, so, or my mom did, so I would listen to that a lot. Lady Gaga, David Bowie, and Prince. Amy Winehouse, Gwen Stefani, Outkast I really like. So I've been listening to Girl Talk a lot again. Like they were kind of like from 2010, but he's from Philly, but he like mixed every genre of music, and he would like do small cuts of each. Polo and Pawn also I've been listening to a lot. They're like a French duo. They recently performed in LA, but I've been a big fan of them for like 2 years, but recently I started listening to them a lot again. Twista, like old school Twista, like early 2000s, like early like 2005-ish like type R&B. Diplo, when I was at the time, Dylan Francis, I haven't really been listening to him a lot, but Diplo for sure. Daft Punk. It's always kind of evolving, but it's definitely like an international sound because I grew up like traveling, and my dad grew up in Switzerland and my mom's from the Philippines, but I live in America, so it's kind of like just everything, because like I just think racism is like a big problem right now in the world, and I feel like if music can like change that and just combine everything, then that's like the best. I kind of want to go into more of like, not like a folky direction, but more of like an Amy Winehouse direction, so more of like a timeless direction with my next album. So I really want to like bring back like real instruments in production, and like real bands, and like a real studio, like not out of a laptop. I feel like music now, everybody's like a one-man band, and I think the most important part of music is bringing people together. So like ideally, it's obviously super expensive. Like a nice studio is really expensive, which is why a lot of people don't do it, but I don't really want to like waste my time if it's not going to be like really good, you know? So I keep a diary mostly of lyrics. I think every writer kind of does that, so I'm just always like writing down ideas. I guess sometimes I feel like I'm a bit more creative at night because like there's less shared consciousness, so like if more people are sleeping, then that's like actually more like energy to pull from. Mushrooms. There's like this Reese's mix of like Reese's candies. Like it's like Reese's peanut butter cups and M&Ms and pretzels and like those kinds of things. So that like Reese's Pieces mix type thing is pretty good. Always Mexican meals when I DJ. Because tequila is the only alcohol that's an upper, so it keeps you up. It does give me a hangover, but I still drink it. It's like art, it's just leaving something behind, like to contribute to the future of society and to make the world a better place. I used to be an all-state cross-country runner. A live Diplo for sure. I think him and I could make some pretty good shit. Dead, David Bowie or Prince. Probably Blocked Unblocked, just because when that came out, people were comparing me to Janet Jackson, so that was really cool. I guess in Europe, like in Berlin maybe, because I feel like they have a good art scene there, and like a lot of people would be into me there because my sister used to live there, and she's like, you'd be famous if you lived in Berlin, she said. Because Europe is like 3 years ahead of us here, so I feel like my music might sell a little better there, and Asia as well. Fuck the radio. Don't try to be like the radio, and just try to be unique, I guess. Try to be like yourself. Hey, this is Rebecca, Princess Cyberspace, and you're listening to Worldwide Sound.